Hi everybody, I'm your host, Slapty-Back Hoopty Balls. Here with another riveting episode of this.
Crit Show.
Oh, the Crit Show. Tensions flare as scientists go public with a plan to build synthetic human DNA. So right now, they have sequenced the DNA, they sequenced our genome, so they've figured it out, right? And then I guess that culminated in 2013 or something like that. But now, they are going to figure out how to synthesize DNA. The first thing they're going to do is be synthesizing, I guess, some yeast DNA. Custom strands of yeast made from scratch. Can you guys imagine, like, taking DNA? You're making me nervous with that fucking thing already. You're they're holding it. Can you imagine just taking, like, DNA and being able to essentially code your own biological thing as if you were writing, software? So the big thing with this is going to be the moral dilemma. Should we be able to, code a human from scratch with some special DNA? And what about the bugs and the side effects? Guys, there's a lot of bugs and side effects in nature. I mean, have you guys been outside lately and just looked at people? Just any people? I'm not talking about people with disorders and disabilities. So maybe there's going to be the whole moral dilemma of like, oh, should we be allowed to do this? And should we play God and all that kind of stuff? And while we're over here bitching and moaning about the moral dilemma, some place that doesn't have as many moral dilemmas is going to do it, and they're going to have synthetic humans and we'll never even know, and then they'll take over with their super strength and super mind powers. Oh, you even opened it for me. This is like fucking service right here.
That's what you paid me for.
Alright, so this is another article just talking about how the next generation of robots is going to be very human-like. I guess right now the problem with robots is dexterity, because these things, we take these for granted. What are these? But these are miracles. These are why we can kill each other and stuff. And, I guess animals can kill each other, too. What are these for? Oh, we can build bombs to kill lots of people at the same time. Those little precision instruments and stuff. When's the last time you saw a fish reach around and jerk off? Fish can't do it.
No.
That's because they're dumb. I think it's time we take a moment and hear from Doug.
Babies are so needy, even though they have no kneecaps.
Thanks, Doug, I guess. Alright, Qualcomm is trying to stop Apple from bringing iPhones into the USA. This is because, throughout forever, Qualcomm has had some pretty loose patents on the technology for connecting mobile devices to Wi-Fi, and they want everybody out there on the planet to pay them royalties for this. And it's, like I said, a very loose patent. And finally, Apple this year, they're like, you know what? Stop paying it. It hurt Qualcomm quite a bit. To the sense that Qualcomm took $500 million off their estimate for their next quarter earnings. And now Qualcomm is talking to the old Trade Commission, the International Trade Commission, and saying, you guys need to stop importing these. So that'll be interesting to see what goes on back and forth between them. Apple has problems with everybody. They just don't play nice. Apple is that kid that comes to the playground and kicks over everybody's sandcastles and throws basketballs at everybody's heads and then goes, my dad's rich. I wonder if Qualcomm can actually stop them from importing iPhones. People will freak out and spill their lattes all over their cashmere scarves. So Windows 10s is coming out pretty soon. Maybe it's out now, I don't even know. The sort of Windows answer to like the Chrome OS or the Chromebooks. A very basic operating system to go on minimal hardware. And they've done some interesting shit with this. They're locking it to, all their stuff. As in they're locking it to Bing, and they're locking it to, what's their stupid browser called? Edge. It's too edgy for me. Well, they're not exactly locking it to that. You can open up your own browser and stuff, but if you click on any links inside any of those browsers, it's going to open up Edge. If you click on an email address, it's going to open up Edge. And if you search through Edge, it's going to use Bing, and you cannot change it. You cannot change your defaults. This is really weird. So Microsoft almost got away with this back in the day, but they didn't. So there was a different landscape. We're talking like back in 2001 when the browser wars first started. You had Netscape Navigator and Internet Explorer, the two big options at the time. Now, Netscape Navigator was something you had to go to the store and buy physically, right? Because, browsers were a new thing, and if you wanted the best browser, you would go out and buy it. Downloading a browser online, really, really slow because most people had modems, and it just didn't work out. What Microsoft did was they bundled Internet Explorer with their operating system, and almost overnight, severely crippled Netscape. There's no reason to go out and buy Netscape. You got the new version of the operating system. Hey, I've got Internet Explorer. And immediately Internet Explorer was the big thing. Now the government came in and was like, antitrust. I'm afraid you can't do that. So now Microsoft is going to try this again with their brand new Windows 10s And this is going to be a test here, guys. They're testing the audience to see what we can tolerate. Because now it's hard to make the argument that there's any kind of antitrust going on right now because you don't have to go out and buy your browsers. Chrome is free, Firefox is free, Pale Moon is free. What do you guys use for your browser? It's all free, right? Opera is free. They're just being like, well, all these things are free, so we're not taking away any market share for them. We're just forcing everyone to go through our little world here, our little algorithm. And then they're making you go through Bing. So what this is really doing, it's going to funnel tons of traffic through Bing where they can harvest data. This is not, I don't even need this is all like true. This is not the same hat. Where did this hat come from? Who am I? Who are you guys? Was that me?
Yeah. It was you in the other dimension, Logan. Yeah. You've been transported.
Can't see anything out here. I think they're on to me. Gotta get back to base. I don't know who the hell that was, but I just saw a guy running on the street with a tinfoil hat on, looked just like me. Did you guys see him?
Beer.
Oh, a beer.
Yeah.
Someone's been drinking this. Does this belong to anybody?
Hey, nice shirt.
Oh, thanks, man.
Twinsies.
Whoa, look at this.
We didn't plan this. We actually just both wore the same shirt today.
Yeah, out of the 100 shirts that we have, these are the ones that came in new.
There's so many options available on epicpants.com. It's so weird that we chose the same one.
Mm-hmm. You should go and check out all the wonderful things on epicpants.com. Let me tell you something right now. This is a recent article here on March 16th. Dr. Anthony Garcia was like the portrait of normal. He had a beautiful Ferrari, nice home. Goes and stabs 4 people in the neck. Killed them. So here's what really happened. He was living in a fantasy, delusional world of surgery and doctor stuff.
Yep.
Couldn't get enough of it. And he was just like, one day he woke up and he was like, wait, all these people are in need of my help desperately. And he's like, I must operate on their necks immediately.
I have to cut them open now.
And he went and stabbed them all in the neck, killing all 4 of them. Because he was a delusional doctor. Playing doctor is dangerous. Being a doctor will mess with your head.
Yep.
It has nothing to do with the fact that he was under a lot of stress and actually facing a foreclosure. Has nothing to do with any of that.
Nope.
Nope.
It's because he was a doctor.
Yep, and he was trapped in a fantasy world.
Filled with doctor delusions.
Yep, blood and sluice and surgery.
When will they learn?
Yeah, you can...
Just gotta stop letting doctors be, you know? Like, they're just a bunch of Satan-worshipping stabbers.
I know, they love blood. Every time I see a doctor on the street, I run across to the other side because I'm just afraid they're gonna open me up right there and operate on my heart. This is some lunacy right here.
Oh my god, so if you haven't seen this yet, Target has officially decked out a bunch of their stores to be for the celebration of Mario Kart 8 coming out. They've decked them all out to look like Mario Kart tracks. So all the carts have, you know, like decals on the side and stuff to look like some of the Mario Kart racers. There's those giant freaky fucking orb things out in front. And then they have on the front of their doors, they have like go with the finish line and all this stuff. Seriously, what the fuck is Target thinking? Like, this is gonna spawn so many people doing all kinds of crazy shenanigans in order to get some hits on YouTube. Stay tuned for our video. Tell me that there aren't gonna be tons of like teenagers and other people looking to get on YouTube for doing stupid things that are just gonna like, you know, show their buddies being in the carts and they're gonna reenact their own version of Double Dash there as they go and pull things off of shelves and huck them at each other dressed like Mario Brothers characters.
This could be marketing genius when you think about it because, I mean, even people slamming into shelves, Target's going to be in the news. Target's going to be on, you know, Fox News. CNN is like the best place to go for really things that matter, like someone slamming into a shelf at Target.
I suppose.
Tune right in. Story at 11, 12, whatever. Like, news all the day long, I'm afraid now.
Yeah.
They just have to fill it with something, so they're going to talk about this
Target
shit.
races.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the employees at Target who already have to work at Target, but will now have to deal with a bunch of assholes pretending to be in Mario Kart land the whole time, like Aiden.
This may be a way for Target to sort of draw some of the wall Martians over to the Target. Yes, let's go see what everyone is playing right now. And what are you playing?
I am playing Prey.
Without Native Americans, huh? Woo! That was a weird looking thing.
Yeah, it's not happy.
Sparks everywhere. Hey, it looks pretty good.
It looks really awesome.
How does it play now? You've got...
I've played a little bit. Like, I'm still in the first area. Like, I just started. I haven't even quite figured out like how these things really work yet in terms of like best means of killing them and stuff.
So the developer promised a game that was going to be flawless.
Yeah, I've already had it crash on me once.
Crash once.
Yep. So that happened once. I'm sure they're going to need to do some updates for it eventually, but
Glitchy graphics, any slowdowns, stutters?
not so far. I've only played a little bit of this game. What I have gotten to appreciate about this so far is it makes the Dungeon Master effect. The Dungeon Master effect is getting your players so scared of their surroundings that every single door they have to check and stop and look at before they go through. It's basically getting your players to be afraid of a door. So what this has done is, if you've not heard about Prey at all, there's all these little creatures and stuff that can just transform into random kajiggers throughout this place.
Kajiggers.
Yes, it's a
science
term. So anytime you see like duplicates of stuff, it's always like, oh, wait a second. Ooh, is that gonna move on me? So there's a lot of times when you're doing like exploratory hitting of things just to make sure that nothing terrible is going on. The other thing that I'm really enjoying about this is, like many other Bethesda games, they set it up really nicely so that you... Ooh, a Psy-Hypo, I don't know what that does. So they set it up really nicely so that you can kind of customize your character however you want to support your play style. So these are like the neuro mods that I've had available to me so far, and as you can see, you can extend out and do all kinds of different things and upgrade your suits and stuff like that too. But kind of like Skyrim and, Fallout and stuff like that, you're able to kind of build your own trees off to suit your play
I guess I would
needs.
even go so far as to say maybe even a little Deus Ex or Bioshock.
Yeah, I would say so. It's definitely a good horror element game. I'm definitely kind of like freaking out about everything and kind of like being like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Like, what's happening to that guy right now?
It's a bad day. So really, you just started playing this, but
Yeah, so far I'm having fun and I want to play more. Anyone that's a fan of like the kind of FPS survival open world games, a la Skyrim and things like that. Anyone that's looking for that, or for a solid kind of more maybe Dead Spacey kind of trip adventure, this is really fun. If you're a person that gets easily overwhelmed by video games and spooky stuff happening to you, stay away from this. I've only been playing for a couple minutes, and there's already been plenty of times where it's like, fuck, I only have a wrench. Oh god, oh god, oh god. So
Right.
if you get easily overwhelmed, stay away from it.
cool. All right, let's go see what else Justin's playing right now.
Yeah,
All right, what else you playing?
I'm also playing Dead Cells, Troid Sylvania style game, but the difference is that every single time you die, you're randomly spawned in a different level. So every single time you play, it's going to be a different level, which is pretty cool. You get all kinds of cool upgrades, and you get some permanent upgrades that will stay into the next life and stuff like that, and you can slowly make it better for you. And the combat's really fluid. Each bad guy you have to kind of approach differently. So you got rolls, you got jumps, you got blocks. There's all kinds of melee weapons. There's shields. My favorite is the whip so far, and it's just about going as far as you can until you can't go for any further. And every so often you'll get permanent upgrades from guys. Whoa. So far when you kill guys, you end up getting cells off of them. You can use those to spend on upgrades when you meet the collector.
How big are these levels?
They vary. Some of them are kind of short, and some of them are very expansive. Some of them will, just be straight shots across. Others will have big dips and falls and places you can backtrack to. So this guy's the collector. Well, you're back.
What are you buying?
There's a lot of really cool, background things like that. Like in some spots here, like in the sewer scenes, you'll see like little rats running across here that, you can't hit them or anything like that. But every so often you'll see them running, like this little guy right here.
Detail and nuance right
just little things like that. The wavy effect on the water here. They definitely spent some time making the artwork look really solid on this. Jump down here and heal. No, I'm not. Oh, okay.
Can I after you?
Yeah, apparently he can teleport.
Well, shit.
Yeah. So you die.
That's
It
it.
happens, and then out pops this little mold fungus thing that's you, and you start over again. There's been no explanation to this yet, so I don't know why you're an avenging fungus.
Okay, this is the end of the episode, everyone. Your favorite part. Buy a shirt, guys. There's no excuse not to. Other than, like, a friend of mine won't let me spend the money. And, like, I had to say that you should be more in control of your financial situation and buy shirts. And plus, once you get these shirts, you'll be the talk of the town.
I should go fuck up that excavator.